G'day mate, thanks for the comment. So every time I start getting ahead in my savings, something always comes up. And this has been a common complaint for so many people that we've worked with. I've even experienced this myself. And it's come down to a couple of things that hopefully I can impart some wisdom and they can help you get ahead of it and not feel like you're one step forwards and two steps backwards. So let's get stuck into it. So one of the things that I implemented into my cash flow management and my financial planning is the idea of a reflection loop. The idea and the underlying principle of this is that we either have an accurate plan that everything is factored in and we've got certain contingencies that ensure that we're earning above and beyond our forecasted expenses, and therefore we're going to have a surplus and we can allow our savings to continue to compound. Or we're in a situation whereby we've underestimated the potential expense, or we've had something come up that has been unplanned. It's like a black swan event. Couldn't have foreseen it. It's an emergency. It's come up out of the blue. But does that mean that we should just get hit with that particular thing, or should we try and factor that in moving forwards? So here's what I do. I want to make sure that we've got the appropriate cash flow structure and we crunch the numbers to understand the contingencies. So the first thing we want to do is we want to have a hub account. This is the mothership. This is basically where all of your income comes into, and you need to pay for all of your fixed expenses through this. So a fixed expense are our regular, repeated, non-negotiable expenses: rent, mortgage, bills, groceries, anything that's a necessity of life. Next, we want to segment spending. So you need to be honest with yourself on a weekly basis. How much do you need to have available for discretionary spending? So this is going out on the weekend, having a few beers, going and eating out, entertainment, that kind of stuff. So for me personally, I've got about $220 a week that I pay myself. I've got a pretty basic lifestyle. Whatever that number is for you, you just need to define it and ideally break it down weekly. We want to have a separate account for you and your partner if you've got a significant other, and we want to set an automated transfer into those accounts in order to pay for that weekly discretionary spending. The idea by segmenting it is that it's either going to be enough, perfect. 2, it's going to accumulate. 3, it's going to not be enough, and then you're going to defer your decision-making around whatever it is that you want to buy and save up for it. Or 4, you really want to buy something, you don't have enough money, and you're going to borrow some money from your hub account to pay for that, and then you're going to top it up later. The important thing is that you're being conscious and aware around how much your lifestyle actually costs. Next, we set up a bills account. This is for lumpy bills. This is for bills that come quarterly, half-yearly, yearly. Car registration, insurances that you pay annually, new tyres for the car, all of these other types of things that come infrequently. We want to work out what is the annual expense, and we want to break that down into a monthly savings, so when the bill falls due, we've got the money there ready to go. And then lastly, holidays. How much do you actually want to spend on going away? Because for most people, they kind of underestimate this, then they want to go on a big trip, they end up spending more, and then they end up burning some surplus. So we want to put that money away similarly every month, and then whenever you're going to go on the trip, you've got that money there ready to go. Now, let's say there has been an expense that's come out of the blue. Let's say the car engine blew up or needed some urgent repairs, and it wasn't factored into that bills account. We check the accounts and see if there's enough money. If there is, we pay it. And if there's not, we say, okay, well, what have I then got to do to optimize my plan, and how much do I need to put in these buckets in order to make sure that if this was to ever happen again, I've got that money set aside. Now, what this will do is this will impact your actual real surplus. How much is left over after you fill all of these buckets? Now, if that is not enough in order for you to achieve your goals, you've either got to cut expenses or you've got to increase income. And this will help you set an increased income target that ensures that you get the surplus that you want, you can save the money that you want, and that you aren't going to have these things that come up to hit you for a 6. I hope this makes sense. If you want a more detailed breakdown of how to implement this, jump in the link in my bio. Now, I've got a whole heap of resources and tools that will help you crunch these numbers and implement this system. And if you've got any questions, let me know.